Artificial intelligence, or AI, is changing the world. It's making our phones smarter and our cars self-driving. But AI has a dark side. It's being used to create something called deepfakes. Deepfakes are videos, images, or audio recordings that look and sound real, but they're completely fake. Imagine a video of the president saying something they never actually said, or a picture of you at a party you never went to. Deepfakes make these things possible. They use a type of AI called machine learning. Machine learning is like teaching a computer to learn from data. In the case of deepfakes, the computer learns how to create realistic images and videos by studying thousands of real ones. The more data it has, the better it gets at creating fakes. That's why deepfakes are becoming more and more convincing. What used to look like a blurry mess now looks terrifyingly real. This technology is evolving at an alarming rate, and that's a problem. Because deepfakes can be used for all sorts of bad things. Remember those early deepfakes? The ones where faces were warped and movements were jerky? Those were the early days. Deepfakes started out pretty basic. But like a kid with a chemistry set, the technology has gotten a lot more sophisticated. Today's deepfakes are scarily realistic. You need a trained eye to spot the subtle glitches. The software used to create deepfakes is now more accessible and easier to use. This means almost anyone with a computer and an internet connection can make a deepfake. Early deepfakes focused on faces, swapping one person's face onto another's body. Now deepfakes can manipulate entire bodies, creating the illusion of someone doing or saying something they never did. But it's not just about visuals anymore. AI-generated audio is also getting incredibly good. You can create a deepfake audio of someone's voice saying anything you want. And that's where things get really dangerous. Deepfakes are like weapons of mass misinformation. They can spread lies faster than a game of telephone in a middle school cafeteria. But the dangers of deepfakes go beyond just spreading false information. They can be used to target individuals, ruining reputations with a click of a mouse. Imagine a deepfake video of you saying something offensive going viral. It doesn't matter if it's not real, the damage is done. Your reputation could be tarnished, your job could be at risk, and your relationships could suffer. Deepfakes can also be used for blackmail. Someone could create a compromising deepfake of you and threaten to release it unless you pay them. It's like something out of a bad spy movie, but it's happening in the real world. And it's not just individuals who are at risk. Companies and organizations are also vulnerable to deepfake attacks. A deepfake video of a CEO making a controversial statement could send stock prices plummeting. Remember that time a video of a politician doing something scandalous went viral right before an election? Now imagine that video was a deepfake. Deepfakes have the power to sway public opinion, influence elections, and even incite violence. Imagine a deepfake video of a world leader declaring war. It sounds far-fetched, but in a world where seeing is no longer believing, the consequences could be catastrophic. And it's not just about politics. Deepfakes can be used to target anyone in the public eye. Celebrities, athletes, journalists, no one is immune. These deepfakes can spread harmful stereotypes, incite hatred, and even lead to real-world violence. We've already seen instances where deepfakes have been used to create non-consensual pornography, targeting women in particular. These deepfakes are not just harmless pranks. They are a form of sexual assault that can have devastating consequences for the victims. Deepfakes aren't just about politics and revenge. Criminals are using them to make money too. Think of deepfakes as the ultimate con artist's tool. They can be used to create fake identities, fool facial recognition software, and even impersonate your loved ones. Imagine getting a call from your grandchild saying they're in trouble and need money wired immediately. But what if it's not actually your grandchild on the other end of the line? What if it's a scammer using a deepfake audio to sound just like them? That's the terrifying reality of deepfakes. They're making it easier than ever for criminals to deceive people and steal their hard-earned money. And as deepfakes get more sophisticated, these scams are only going to get harder to detect. Deepfakes are also being used in phishing attacks. Imagine receiving an email that looks like it's from your bank asking you to update your account information, but the email is actually from a scammer who's using a deepfake to impersonate the bank. Democracy relies on informed citizens making rational decisions. But what happens when we can't trust what we see or hear? Deepfakes threaten to undermine the very foundations of our democracy. They erode trust in institutions, sow discord among the population, and make it harder to have rational debates. Imagine a world where you can never be sure if a video of a protest is real or a deepfake staged to incite violence. Or a world where you can't trust that the news you're watching is real and not a deepfake propaganda piece. That's the dystopian future that deepfakes threaten to create, a world where reality itself is up for grabs. And as deepfakes become more pervasive, it's going to become more and more difficult to discern truth from fiction. This constant questioning of reality can lead to something called deepfake fatigue. People may become so overwhelmed by the possibility of fakes that they start to doubt everything, even legitimate information. So, are we doomed to live in a world where we can't tell the difference between real and fake? Not necessarily. While deepfakes pose a serious threat, we're not defenseless against them. Technologists are working on tools to detect and expose deepfakes. These tools analyze videos for subtle inconsistencies that give away the fakery. Like, did you know that deepfakes often struggle to accurately replicate the way a person blinks, or that the lighting and shadows in a deepfake video might not look quite right? There are also efforts to develop digital watermarking technologies that can verify the authenticity of videos and images. Think of it like a digital signature that proves a video hasn't been tampered with. But technology alone isn't enough. We also need to educate ourselves and others about the dangers of deepfakes. We need to be more discerning consumers of information, questioning what we see online and being wary of anything that seems too good to be true. The battle against deepfakes is just beginning. As AI technology continues to advance, so too will the sophistication of deepfakes. We need to be prepared for a future where deepfakes are even more realistic, more pervasive, and more dangerous. This means being more vigilant about the information we consume, the sources we trust, and the content we share online. It means being critical thinkers, questioning what we see and hear, and not accepting things at face value. We need to have open and honest conversations about the ethical implications of deepfakes and work together to create a future where this technology is used responsibly. So, what do you think? How can we protect ourselves and our society from the dangers of deepfakes? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Also, please like, share, and subscribe to Beyond the Circuit for more amazing news and stories about the exciting world of AI.